Hello folks and welcome to Halcyon 6. As always, of course, I am Falcon, your host, and this is a strategy sort of game? It is a strategy game, it is. It's turn-based slash kind of real-time for part of it. It's weird. It has like two components to it. Like the combat is turn-based, and you have a little bit of semi, sort of, kind of real-time base building, like, sort of, kind of empire management as, like, the other component to it. It's interesting. I've watched some videos on it, so I have an idea of how to play the game, but this is the first time I've never actually played it myself, so we're semi-blind? Not entirely, because I have watched some on it, so I know the basics, but watching something and actually playing it are two very, very different things. Alright, so, I will show you briefly the graphics, or the option menu. Wide variety of resolutions, so that is nice. There is, however, no other graphics to speak of. Sound option, I probably need to turn the master sound down quite a bit more, because it is ridiculously fucking loud. That's probably alright. Ridiculously loud, though. Gameplay, all you can do is turn on the dev mode, which I'm not sure what that's for. Cheating and stuff, I assume, for, like, just playing around and learning the game. I'm not really sure. And then it lets you see the hotkeys. You cannot rebind these, however. It is simply letting you see them, which is fine. For this kind of thing, it's not really important that you be able to rebind them. It still would be nice, but not necessary. What I would like would be some more graphic options. Admittedly, this game has minimal graphics, but even so, it would still be nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the game started and see what we see. So yeah, we're going to do the main campaign. We will roll on the challenge. This is the way Halcyon 6 is meant to be played. You're an expert. Gives him more health and do more damage. A masochist. Racism is scarce and the cruel expansion is fierce. Enemies have much more health and do much more damage. With experience, less health and do less damage. They don't do hardly any damage, don't have hardly any health, and they've got lots of resources. Or you have lots of resources. I think we'll just go with Commander. It's how it's meant to be played, being the main reason. I could skip the prologue because I know what's going on, but you guys may not, so we won't do that. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and jump into the game. It is interesting to note that there is no additional options for starting the game. There's nothing but the campaign. There isn't like skirmish mode, there isn't any other option but the campaign. Which is fine, but there's no multiplayer in this, as far as I can tell anyway. No. Yeah, no multiplayer. Which is fine. This kind of thing would be difficult, extremely difficult to do with multiplayer. You might be able to figure out a way, but it would be difficult. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this going. The Collective are often confused by hugging. Excuse me, what now? The fleets can always return home to Halcyon 6 without using fuel. Is this like a loading screen? Oh, yeah, okay. For half a millennia, the spacefaring races of the galaxy fought and conspired against one another for supremacy. Okay. I'm afraid to click, because I know you can skip dialogue if you click and stuff. I'm worried that I'll skip something. Alright, but it was the Terran Federation, through the ingenuity and bravery of its officer class, that ultimately prevailed. Through the discovery and utilization of ancient artifacts left over from a long-dead precursor alien race, they put an end to the disastrous series of wars between the factions. I'm assuming Halcyon 6 is one of those artifacts. That's a space station, by the way. It's our space station. One of these precursor artifacts is your home, Halcyon 6. Well, as I just said. The crown jewel of the Terran precursor discoveries, the starbase acts as the Federation's home base in the Halcyon sector. Commanded by Admiral The Federation's most decorated officer and protected by the 12th Fleet, the starbase is permanently staffed with a variety of Federation officers with the mission of unlocking its mysteries. Today, however, the station has received some unwelcome news. A garbled hypercast ordering the 12th Fleet's return to Federation space. With the intention of returning as soon as possible to continue the work on the experiment, Admiral returns, leaves you in charge of the station. Who? Prepare for warp. Okay. Sure. Admiral, we've arrived at the Roundhover's point, and there's no sign of the welcoming forces. No hypercast signals detected either. I think we're early? Broaden your signal detection, Captain. The 4th and 8th Fleets are expected to join us as well, and those Titan-class ships should be hard to miss. Admiral, I'm picking up something. Definitely not Federation in origin. Some kind of... whatever it is, it's getting stronger, sir. Never seen anything like this before, sir. Some kind of portal? Admiral, suddenly getting multiple ship readings, all heading for our position. We must be coming out of that thing. Oh, man. Unknown hostiles. I repeat, unknown hostiles. We might have to get a little creative here. Commander, they're powering up weapons. We should take the initiative and attack first. Click on the highlighted button to attack with the Incisor Beam, which exploits... yeah, this is another game kind of similar to... Darkest Dungeon and a few other, like, RPG-ish style games, which this does have elements of as well. Where you can put status effects on enemies, and then you can take advantage of those status effects with other attacks. Sometimes the same ship might be able to take advantage of something that it can do. Most of the time, though, you require a different ship to do that. So, like this ship, which I think was this one in the center here, which is the Admiral ship, it would exploit vulnerable. Well, it can't inflict vulnerable on anything. What it can inflict is engines down, ship disable, sensors offline, and put a protective field or heal, and friendlies. But this would be a large, extremely high damage attack if something was already afflicted with vulnerable. They're not, of course, but I expect one of these other ships, one of these other two, probably has something that will inflict vulnerable. Additionally, one of them probably has something that will take advantage of sensors offline and or engines down and ship disabled, which could be useful. But this is the tutorial, and they're not really going to give us a whole lot of any real options here, so we just have to go with what they tell us to do. Take this, alien scum! Oh, that was actually the ship down there. Okay, whatever. Alright, so next you will have to use the backstab maneuver to inflict ship disabled and prevent your enemy from attacking. So again, exploits crew panic, exploits ship dazed. I actually haven't seen dazed before. Inflicts daze, and exploits crew panic. So we could actually use this and then that, assuming, you know, we had 2 turns to which to do so. And this is just a single high damage, no specialty attack. Now you see, it has a 1 there on it. This is like a super attack, which is probably why it's so high damage. It doesn't do anything else. But you can only use it once per combat. Alright, so what do you want me to use this on? Alright, so we're disabling this guy. It's cool, kind of warped and then hit him. Now select Drone Swarm to attack all enemies. So again, this is the central ship here. This will exploit vulnerable, so this very well... Oh no, he didn't have it. He didn't end up with vulnerable on him. It looks like it didn't work. But if we had vulnerable on it, this would almost certainly kill this guy, but it's not going to. A self-repair. Single ally. Oh, actually, this may let it repair somebody else. So that could be cool. Acid bombs. Inflicts acid bomb and exploits crew panic. We haven't seen anything that we have that inflicts crew panic, though, so I don't think we'd be able to do anything with that. But acid bomb, of course, is a DOT, damage over time, and then you can ram, which might hurt you a little bit, but does a stupid amount of damage. Jeez. And will exploit their engines being offline, if that's the thing. Alright, so Suck it! Fair bit of damage. Some of these have resistances against certain status effects. You can right-click on them to view their vulnerabilities. So we can see what they have and what they're vulnerable to, although we can't actually see what they're vulnerable to because... yeah. But we can see what they do, what kind of damage they're capable of. Holy crap, that does a lot of damage. What they can inflict, so on and so forth. That did quite a bit of damage, but not too bad. The Ocular Vessel seems to be powering up a large attack. Protect yourself with Protective Shield to mitigate the damage. So we can just be like, you know what, screw you, man. Gives us some of that. Alright, so we can... What's the ship disabled status? Oh, ship dazed is... No, ship dazed is not the same as ship disabled. Whatever. Significant damage. Yeah, so combos occur when you exploit status effects. Don't get too cocky, Commander. They're not dead yet. Bam, bam. Not so bad. So we're going to put a DOT over on all of their ships. I don't know what the hell that was. Ow! Jesus! Heal thyself! Oh, so it's everybody? Oh no, maybe not everybody. Okay, what is this? Can I go back? No, I can't. I think normally I'd be able to go back, but I can't right now. Well, we need to kill somebody, so get rid of you. Oh, it's everybody. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Remove any negative status effects. Get yourself healing. Oh, now you have crew panicked, which is no good, but... Use the ninja's doom cannon as a last resort. It can only be used once, so make it count. I don't want to target him. I want to target the other guy. Whatever. You're stupid. Kaboom! Oh, you're still alive. Oh, that's unfortunate. Not repaired immediately, it might be destroyed. Why are you taking damage over time? Hopefully acid on it. Vomit. No. Oh. Oh, hull breach does damage over time. I did not actually realize that. There's no more uses left. The only hope is to use stasis lock to disable the enemy. I'll finish it off with this. Kaboom ski. No! You have lost the ship. Man down. Slice. You, sir, have been bone-zored. Admiral, picking up more of those portals on the sensors. They're everywhere. We're being surrounded. Admiral, we need to jump now. Back to Halcyon 6. I've got... Oh my. Oh god. What is that? That thing! Jump now! For God's sake, jump now! I seem to have lost the hypercast link with the Admiral. No kidding. Halcyon 6. Starbase Commander. Of course, the name of the game. Welcome! Yeah. So... yeah. With the 12th Fleet destroyed and little information as to whether the Federation still even stands, you and your crew are stranded in hostile alien territory, cut off from resupply, and in desperate need of more crew. You have little choice but to continue working on Admiral... the experiment to try to unlock the power of the station. Meanwhile, enemies may soon catch wind of the Federation's weakness and use that as an opportunity to strike and claim the station for themselves. Choose your first officer. Alright, so, obviously all the officers have a variety of skills. And these skills give you a variety of things that you can do with your ships. These ships themselves have abilities, and then the officers that you put in the ship have abilities. So you can kind of customize your ships a little bit with that more than you might otherwise think. You also do have ground combat abilities because you can beam down basically with your crew and do some ground combat, if one so chooses. Alright, so all of you have an ultimate, which is pretty cool. Salvage Harpoon gives hull breach. Nice. Healing, and also heal over time, which is cool. Broadside Salvo, big damage, inflicts hull breach, takes advantage, or no, can potentially give you vulnerable. It's no good. Drone storm against all enemies. Looking at the ground combat things, ground combat's useful, but it's far less important than their space combat things, because you're going to do a lot more space combat than you're going to do ground combat. Your ground combat opportunities are relatively rare in comparison. So those are really, like, they might be important, but, like, if you have two officers that you can't pick between them, because you like them both for their space combat stuff, their ground combat might be, like, a deciding factor, but I would not look at their ground combat as, like, the main thing that makes you decide what kind of class you're gonna get. It's useful, but not necessarily as important. So you have Doom Cannon. Ooh. Nice. Fire at will. Makes you vulnerable, but can inflict engines down. And it also gives you fire at will, which I don't know what that does. Backstab maneuver. Can disable. Nice. And supercharge, which makes your weapons do like 20%, 25% more damage or something. Quicken is actually really useful. Because that'll it's like haste in like Final Fantasy or something. It will speed up whatever ship you cast it on. Could be his ship, could be another ship, doesn't matter. Flicks crew panic, exploit hull breach, exploits weapon disruption, and can do a huge heal, but this is an ultimate thing, so you'd only get to use this like once. Oh, man. This is a little bit of a harder one to decide, because these are all not too bad. None of these really pair very well, but when you get... I think I'm going to take this guy just because he has Doom Cannon, and Doom Cannon is fucking awesome. So, we'll go with that. The most daring and quick thinking officers in the Federation, their power repertoire consists of sneak attacks, immobilization attacks, and combo attacks, while the buff powers can often add aim and damage bonuses to friendly units. Space combat tactical officers are able to command tactical ships, which are the hardest hitting of the three ship classes. Yes. Sorry, Companion, but it looks like we have a situation. Sensors have picked up a fleet coming our direction, and the signal suggests a pirate origin. We should expect them to arrive in 48 hours. In case of hostilities, the experiment would be our only hope to defend ourselves. We'll work around the clock to make the necessary preparations. Band of the uncommon fleet we detected has entered our space. It's a single pirate ship, likely hostile. Patch them through now. Our scouts detected the departure of your fleet over a week ago. You're now at the mercy of Admirax Zeb and the Zealots clan. Hand over the starbase will allow you to return to Federation space. Comply, or we will commence orbital bombardment. You should choose to reject the surrender. We could just end the game right now and just be like, yeah, fuck it. Done. Yeah. I forgot your Federales love your precursor toys. Prepare for bombardment, Federation scum. And later the development, we should begin initializing the experimental starship creation process now. Yeah, probably a good idea. So we can build a Rogue-class starship. Oh no, we do still have to pay for it. Whatever. Constructors will take this many days to build. Okay. Skip time, you'll first need to return to the star map. And then we progress time sometime. So we have to wait a couple days. When they're bombarding, which doesn't actually appear to be happening, you lose crew. We're ready to launch T-minus 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Matter creator deployed. Badass new ship. Arrive. Experiment was a success. All scans suggest this newly constructed ship to be combat ready. She just requires an officer to command her. Which we happen to have. Because we're awesome. Return to the star map by clicking here. Yeah. Enemy ship is this sent there. Send a fleet. Add a ship to a fleet. Click to launch the fleet. We can name the fleet later. Pirate ship swoops into combat to attack position. Alright, so we can harass. Just put sensors down, which we can't do anything with. We can inflict engines down, which will slow them down a little bit, or we can do a damage over time. Let's try and slow them down a little. Kaboom. Ah, you almost hit me. Just suck. Alright, get some damage over time going. And then we're gonna try and kill you before you're able to do anything. Good. You didn't even manage to hit us. You missed your one shot that you got. Great. You do get rewards after every battle, which is nice. First victory of many. We have a long-range hypercast coming in, putting it through now. And the various leaders of various factions may contact you via the bridge. Don't believe we met. Feel free to refer to me as the Admirax. Title that denotes my supreme command over the pirate clans in this sector. Now, Commander. Or should I say, acting Commander. My spies tell me I should congratulate you on your new post. They've also informed me that your fleet has fled the sector, leaving you on your own. And so, I'm giving you the courtesy to inform you that we'll be visiting you very soon. As this is my territory, and so your station now belongs to me! And unlucky for you, I've united all the pirate clans to help me take it. I highly suggest you turn tail and return to Federation space. If you are of another mind, stay where you are and prepare for your deaths. Uh-oh. Time for death, Federation pig. I will avenge the death of blah blah blah. Toe slicer. Jesus. And deliver the station to the Admirax. Slob choker. That's even worse. I applaud your confidence. Next time apply it more constructively. Oh, we get 2 ships now. Oh good. Oh good. Ow! My face! You guys do really shit damage, just so you know. If you didn't already know that, you do really shit damage. Just saying. Oh, that didn't do very much now, did it? Even with engines down, it did not help us over much. Oh, we gotta kill one of these ships. God damn it. It's so bad, we're getting tore up here pretty good. And we don't have a way to heal, so... For real, kill this piece of shit. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me right now? Are you shitting me right now? Great, we'll deal with that later. Alright, so all the different factions have specific things that they're generally vulnerable to. The pirates are always very vulnerable to propulsion and engines down. Anything that either inflicts that or takes advantage of that, they are weak to. Which, obviously, we can do this. So, because they're vulnerable to it, it's actually the best attack that we can make. So even though the other one normally would do more damage, you know, I think I actually prefer it when I'm outnumbered. Click on the desired fleet, and then return home. To gain our full sensor capabilities to do that, we'll acquire an extra source of power. The good news is that the tech research facility has figured out a way to harness the station's core reactor with a smaller, standard issue diothrium reactor. Go to research, select that, research it. Go to the starbase, explore this. You have to go back to skip time. So it tells us that we have done it, that we can go and do show things. We have secured the place, we can build our reactor. And then we can return to the star map where we can wait once again. I think if you skip all the tutorial stuff, you probably get a little more extra time to do, just to get yourself set up a little more properly. But, Station is fully powered, Commander, and our sensors are back online. Compile the navigation map of all Federation... shit. Of all Federation systems, distress signals will always be listed in the missions panel. Click here to access it. Missions of specific locations will have a go-to button. Right there. Send your fleet to the nearby nebula. So they are under attack by pirates, it looks like. And this is a refinery, which will give us fuel, which is what you need for moving and sending your ships around. Send ships. Oh, we got our ship repaired for free. That's nice. That's nice. Well, it's only a single dude. Oh, it's a cruel ship. Oh, okay. Alright, so you see, they are vulnerable to hull. But they're resistant to weapon system things. But anything that would inflict, like, hull breach is good against them. We don't have anything that does that, unfortunately. So I think our best bet is to just try to disable their engines, give us a little more opportunity to attack them, and then just do this because it does slightly more damage than the other attack does at base. And you dead, son. You dead. Victory! Yeah. You turned up when you did, sir. Whatever that vessel was, it managed to chew up our only center ship a few days ago. Did some nasty damage to our refinery also, my crew is pretty shaken up. Good news is that we got fuel reserves from before the attack. Just give the word and we'll transfer them over. Hell yes. We need fuel, so. And then you have to return the fleet to a starbase. Which I would really actually not rather do, but we're kind of stuck doing it for right now. We have to defeat the alien vessel, which we did. All the recent events, the crew felt it necessary to create a short briefing for you. Here it is. So we have to upgrade the starbase and the fleet, recover Federation facilities, and investigate space pirates. So what do we have to do for this? So we have to explore... What? What now? Excuse me, what? What the shit? Build new room modules will require first carving out habitable space. Yeah. Then we should build an officer academy to enable officer recruitment. Oh, right. So we can get more officers and build more starships. We have to go through all of these systems. They all have some sort of facility on them. This facility may be operational, it may not. And the operational ones we want to keep operational, so we have to defend them. And then we can come back to them and claim whatever resources they have harvested, gathered, created, whatever the case may be. To take back to the station. So, and then we have to investigate the space pirates. We've been raided by a pesky space pirates in the sector. Once we have a functioning fleet, we should pick off some of the smaller ships in order to gain a better idea of what we're up against. And start the game. Before you start, you should directly promote a new officer from the ranks. Prepare a list of suitable officers for you to choose from. Well, it gives me a second officer. Sweet. So you can re-roll this and get new guys if you don't see anything that you really like. I don't think we want a tactical officer. Just because you really want one ship of each type, and you can only have 3 ships in the fleet. So a tactical officer is probably not the best idea. So something that inflicts hull breach is probably what we want. So we probably want you. You have reinforced hull. which probably gives defense buff. What? I don't know what the hell that is. This is a heal, which would be nice. Shield. I'm actually not a huge fan of any of these guys, really. So let's reroll, see what we get. Oh, that's even fucking worse. That's even fucking worse. At least for the science guy. That's pretty bad. That would be good. If, you know, we didn't already have a tactical guy. So, broadside salver is still good. Repair ability, so that would be nice. It works against anybody. And then an all enemy damage over time that's not really that powerful. Because this inflicts hull breach, I think we're going to take the engineering person. It's not super great, but it's put me in the right direction. Alright, so new survivors have been detected. We need to go in to the starbase. Very first thing that we need to do. So there's an additional thing that is worth noting, and that is putting things next to each other. Something that I didn't tell you, but putting stuff next to each other that are the same kind of thing gives them a bonus. So, for example, putting reactors next to each other will give them a bonus, which is really important, particularly with reactors, because it will give you more energy than you would otherwise get. And you only have a limited amount of energy available to you. Which I actually don't know if we can see that anywhere. I don't know. Okay, so we have the level 1, like, basic ships. There is 2 types at each level. So level 1 there is actually 6 ships. Level 2 has another 6 ships, so on and so forth. We do need the Officer Academy. We do need the Cadet Barracks fairly quickly. But I think one of the first things that we need to get done is the Officer Academy, but we really need another ship before we do anything else. And it needs to be a engineering ship. Oh, that is not what we wanted. That is the Starship Hand there is to upgrade ships, rather. So we need the engineering ship. Federation Shuttle. I think this is something that you can build if you just want to have a ship that you can send around to the various locations that's really cheap to do like resource gathering. Which we're not going to do. Alright, yeah, so we're going to go with the engineering ship here. As you can see, the ships themselves have different abilities kind of built in. And you have to upgrade as your officers gain experience, you have to be able to upgrade them with new things. So we need a new ship. We have to have a second ship. So that's like our priority. The second thing that we need to do is we really need to get the one thing going. Okay, so do that, and then go ahead and get another slot working, being explored or whatever, because we will need that. And then we will need the Officer Academy, because that's one of the first things that we need to get. So let's go ahead and get ourselves an Officer Academy, because we need that to be able to get a third ship. So, we will let these things explore. We are waiting for our second ship to be built. And then cleared out the section that you asked for. So here we will need an Officer Academy, but we do not have enough materials, so we're going to have to go around and claim some materials. Officers leveled up, which is great. So here you go. There's the Epic, the Doom Cannon that we saw, which is part of why we picked him. Now we can get our abilities. Now. I just skipped all of that. That's fine. We're actually going to look at the ship first. Very first thing we're going to do. So, it exploits sensors offline, inflicts engines down, and exploits vulnerable and inflicts sabotage. So we have nothing here that he's likely to be able to make use of. But we might. Who knows? Oops. Sorry. So we need to click on him. So this will inflict ship disabled. Okay. Inflicts engines down. Does weapon supercharge. Okay, so we have nothing here that we can take immediate advantage of. But actually nothing there that we can take immediate advantage of either. Crap. It might be wise to actually hold off on that for a minute. Exploits engines down and exploits crew panic. Okay. So, our present ship has something that will inflict engines down. So we don't necessarily need something that will do that. Ship disable might not be a bad idea. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. That's probably pretty good. Okay. And as soon as we get our second ship up and running, something just happened. Whatever. Show location. We can't build anything. Although we do almost have enough. Oh, no, actually, we don't. I was going to say we almost have enough materials, but no, we don't. We're actually a long ways to having enough materials. Did I not? Oh, god damn it. I did not. Wait. Did I not build another ship? Oh, I did. Okay. It just didn't show up for some reason. We missed the ship being built, which is fine. Which is fine. Okay, so we have 2 ships now. We needed a third ship, but we need to be able to get the Officer Academy in order to get an officer to run that ship. So I think the very first thing that we need to do is to send our fleet out. We will assign you. We could do repairing, but we do have the ability to repair. Oh, actually, no, we don't. Not right now. We have to wait for him to level up before we can do that. You're not super badly hurt, though, so we're not going to bother to repair you just yet. Task Force 1 for now. If anybody watches this and you're interested, yeah, just delete that. And then I actually want to. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to rename the thing, but whatever. So yeah, anybody who watches this, if you have any recommendations on names, if you would like to name the fleet, if you would like to name the ships, or if you would like to name the officers, please leave comments in the description below the video, and I will be happy to take your recommendations. We are going to go ahead and end the episode here before we actually leave the station, and we will pick up immediately here in the next one. So take it easy. Thank you for watching, folks. Like and subscribe, of course, especially since this is the first episode of a new series going forward. And I will see you next time. Take it easy, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.